I guess I want to take the time to just, I guess, have a serious conversation. Nothing bad has happened.
Mhm.
Um, my friend sent me a link to a video that has emphasized a lot of what I have gone through in the last year.
Mm.
Sen, you know that I have been sending you messages saying, today's gonna be an epic day. I hope you have one too, and
Mhm.
you're gonna do this. One of the points in the video was that the people who have gone through some of the hardest things, the people who have sometimes suffered the most, life seems more beautiful to them. And I didn't realize how true that was, and it's kind of funny to me. Um, the idea a lot of us have, the fear that, you know, I'm scared that people will leave because I keep, asking for help or because I reach out when I'm feeling down or whatever, and
Right.
it's unfortunate. Um, but sometimes the loneliest uh, things to go through are the things that will make you stronger and everything. And I saw the link. I thought it was gonna be like just a random post or something that I was gonna read, but it was an actual video. So that's why I muted myself. I took the time to watch that, and
Right.
this this last year, I moved to a different state. I joined a group of something that I enjoyed. Fell out with one of the individuals and got removed from the group, but I'm still friends with one of them. And he's been helping me and my friend, with the truck, um, with the current car, the with the airsoft stuff and everything. And I didn't I didn't realize how much he paid attention to us and what we were dealing with, both emotionally and physically. And so for him to send that video, it's people see, people do see other people struggle, and sometimes people don't know how to reach out because they're scared themselves. They're hurt themselves, and so they don't know how to help. Yeah, sometimes people leave, and for me personally, I realized it was because I I was seriously emotional. I was emotionally unstable, not to the point of um being hospitalized or anything, but it was to the point where one of our good friends stepped away. Um, and I acknowledge now it was because I was really emotional, because it became too much for them, because I kept insisting that I was a burden. I kept insisting that, I was always in the wrong, and it was just tiring for them. It's I can just see how much has changed. And in some cases, I bet even for you, the change has seemed sudden. I'm suddenly more uh I'm expressing more positivity than usual. And some people will see that as probably slightly concerning, because, the phrase "don't give your hopes up." You you want people to be happy, but you also know that there will be days, even when you're feeling super hype one week or a month or a year, that there will be another day when you hit a real low.
Right.
Um, and I don't know when that's gonna happen. It might be in the next couple weeks. It might be in an hour. I don't know. But I didn't realize how true that video was. I did not realize how much our friend has paid attention and has been looking out for us like that. And he has assured us more than once, bless his heart, that we weren't a burden, that when he offered to help us, with the truck or to get a license plate taken care of or whatever, that it was not a problem. When he offered it not just because we were an ex-teammate or because, we wanted to be friends or saw him as, like an older sibling. Because that's kind of what he is to us. He resembles a lot of an older sibling, but because, and this is what he told us, it's not because you're a teammate, it's not because you're a friend, but because I see you trying, and to me that makes you worthy of helping. We we are our own biggest critics, and that makes it impossible for us to determine whether we are worthy of someone else's help. If someone offers to help, if someone is willing to take the time to let you know that you're okay, to take you to hang out, to do something you enjoy, it's because they want to, because they see your potential. It's not because they feel bad for you, but because they feel that there is more for you and they want you to get there. But unfortunately, for some individuals, it is hard for them to accept that, and for some people, it becomes almost toxic, unintentionally sometimes even, and so that can make it harder for some people to want to continue to help. So just accept the help and love in the first place, which I know will be hard for a lot of people, but it's a balance, and sometimes, yeah, it will take people longer to get there, but when they do get there, they will see that it is so worth it, and I've got that firsthand. I mean, with you, Rogue, there have been times where Rogue and I have had serious conversations, especially at the beginning, where I was still stupid emotional, where I wondered if, people would miss me if something happened to me or whatever.
Yeah.
And even it was even just a couple months into us meeting each other, he said, "No, I would be upset." Even just a couple months of us meeting each other, he even made sure to let me know. He didn't care what mood he was in. If he saw me online, I was more than welcome to join him. When people offer their help, it's not a bad thing. And it's not often because they feel bad for you, but because they probably see more of you than you see of yourself, and they see what you can become, and they love you for that. And it has taken me a long time to get to that point, but and I'm shaking talking about it because it has been really hard, but it's also incredible how so much pain and effort can turn out to be a really good thing. If I hadn't met that friend that I fell out with, I don't think I would be the person I am right now. My friend wouldn't either. My friend said, I think in the long run, he gave me a different meaning to my name. She has a very big heart. She will love almost everybody she comes in contact with. That's how I got to, just being friendly with everybody, and one of the things that she said to someone recently, actually, who went through the same situation, relationship-wise, what she said was, what her friend said was that, she's so glad that she met her and that she will love her to the end of her days on this earth. We are LDS, and her response was, "I believe in an eternity even after that. I will love you then and for as long as my soul exists." She didn't she didn't quite. Sometimes she says what's on the top of her head, and then she reflects more on it. And so after she said that, she was like, "Haha, I guess in the end this all gave me a different meaning to my name, Solar, spelt SOULAR. Yes, we love the solar eclipse. It's one of the most amazing fundamental things ever to exist on the planet and in space. but also spelt in that way. I guess, in the end, we both realized to emphasize that even us, damaged and emotionally challenged individuals, can still love other people who may even be better off or maybe even worse off for as long as our soul exists, for as long as we as people and even as spirits in the life after this, as long as that idea and fundamental exists. So basically, there's no end to our love for other people. And that's just everything has kind of led up to us finally kind of picking up on that. So
Oh, that's a good, like, message. We support positive mental attitude here.
yes, and we want to help people fight mental negativity. I my friend told me this after she called her mom. Either it was this morning or yesterday morning. That we want to stop calling things bad. You know, a bad day, a bad time, you know, a bad haircut. Instead, we want to, we personally, but maybe we can encourage other people, maybe this will help, to instead call it a momentarily uncomfortable situation. Because in the end, even a bad situation can lead to a bigger and better ending. Every quote unquote bad, uncomfortable situation gives us, as humans, the opportunity to grow, develop, and learn from that mistake, that situation. And we find that we are grateful to have had that experience. My friend and I, especially her, she got pretty hit by being removed from the group. She said that she was kind of grateful and wanted to thank that friend at some point for removing her from the group, because otherwise she probably would not have had the opportunity and time to reflect and have those epiphanies that she's recently had. And I agree. So instead of saying bad, we can say uncomfortable or inconvenient, while opening the possibility of that situation being good in the end, having a better impact than what we have originally assumed. So I don't know. I just felt like I had to take a minute to just voice that.
Go off.
And hopefully people who watch this in the future will see that. I don't know, maybe I'll try to find it later and clip it before the video expires and post it somewhere, because I really feel like that would impact people now, in the future, and it could have impacted people in the past. She said it's okay if I do this. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna read one more thing. She posted this a couple days ago. She made a post. Let's see. Basically, some of it emphasizes what I said. Thomas Sanders, have you heard of him?
Oh yeah, of course.
Sanders sides and everything? Yes. Love that man. Here's what she wrote. Thomas Sanders, standing on the borderline, has been playing in my head a little, and the lines, "They said, son, don't change, and I keep hoping they won't see how much I have," seems to have a bit of an impact tonight. We have been told by our parents that they love us for who we are now, and that we should never change, and I know they mean that in the best way, in hopes that it will help us love ourselves and who we are now. But I would like to amend that statement, and say rather, don't change for anyone else but you. Don't change unless you feel it's for the best. Don't change who you are, but what you can become. We try to learn to accept ourselves, but the great thing about growing is that we are always changing. Therefore, we are always finding something new to love about ourselves. We are always finding things we can learn from. We are who we are in the moment, but what should drive us to change is who we want ourselves to be in the end. How we want to think, how we want to feel, and how we want to see the world and others. Love yourself now to be a better you. No one can really grow until they learn to love themselves and see every day as a learning, flowering opportunity. I have been through some difficult times in the last year alone, but I am now able to see those as some of the best learning opportunities to love myself and learn from my mishaps. I found I will get nowhere if I continue to hate myself and my situation. I found that the past is good to look back on if it is to remember the good you've done and remember the good experiences you've had with a friend or a loved one, or ones you've had just by yourself. Don't change because you are afraid of what people think of you now. Change because you're proud of what you will think of yourself now in the future when you've become more.
That's a lot to process, but that's a good message. I agree that people should, not be afraid of change. And instead of getting trapped in being someone else's ideal person, live for yourself, focus on
Yes.
person number one.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Bro, I'm
And
gonna give
then-
you a big hug. I swear to God.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot you were in the call. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at Discord right now.
I'm in the shadows.
I'm in your walls.
Hey, yo, come out fight. Hey, how do you get a hold of something?
Oh, God. Oh, man. It is incredible what life can do to you. And how even one person can help you change the course of where you're going with it. Oh. All right. Thank you for giving me those, I don't know, 10 minutes? I don't know how long I talked. What are we looking at here?